I am so excited to be here with you guys and share this really quick, simple, amazing makeup routine. So, Seint products are amazing. Like, they were a game changer for me. So, I want to show you just how really simple and amazing they can be. So, I'm going to show you today what we call a basic hack. Hack stands for highlight and contour. So, I am going to use just what we recommend. This is our great starter kit, which is our 4 main products, which is a highlight, a brightener, a contour, and a lip and cheek. And I am going to use one of our amazing brushes, and this is the detail brush, and they are both, all our brushes are double-ended, so you get amazing product out of them, work out of them. So this here is my main highlight. I'm currently using Aura. And so what I like to think of it as is basically paint by numbers. So I'm going to just tap my brush very lightly into that color. One of the things that is, I think, one of the hardest parts to learn is that with the cream products, less really is more. You don't need a ton. And I'm just going to take that little bit and I'm going to put that along my jawline. And I'm going to cover up all the unwanted things down there so you can see the difference. It's blending in wonderfully. And again, I like to think of it as paint by numbers. So I will take this and I'm just, like I said, going along that jawline, under my chin. One of the great things about Seint products is that you don't have to layer upon layer upon layer. You just put each product exactly where you want it. So I'm just going to kind of do it around my mouth and a mustache where I would have. And then I'm going to take that same color and I'm going to put I like to put my brush like right in the middle of my forehead and kind of just draw a line. And then that's where I'm going to take that line and just bring it down to my temples. And then just staple it in there. And you want to make sure that you're stipling. Like you can see, I'll brush and then I go over it with a little stipple, because that stipling is what helps it so that it doesn't, start making you look like you have more wrinkles or more texture, because it's the cream product, really, you don't want to just brush it on top. You want it to just melt like butter into your skin. So I am going to staple that all in there. And then I'm going to flip over to my other end really quick. And I'm going to go into this contour. And I am using Ash Contour today. And I'm going to take that and I'm just going to paint in that spot across my forehead. Not paint. I'm just going to brush that nicely along there and just draw a line. And then I'm going to take my cheekbone and find kind of that soft spot right under my cheekbone. And I'm just going to put another line. And I like to use the small ends just because I feel like I have gives me more control. You can see here when I turned my face away, you can naturally see that shadow there. And so that's what we're doing, is when we cover up with a flat makeup, you lose all that dimension and shadow. And these cheek shadows are so important because that's what gives your face that, it's like a push-up bra for your face. Like literally just lifts and opens up your eyes and gives you definition in your cheeks, and is just amazing. And then I'm going to also want to chisel out that jawline in a nice subtle manner. And so I'm just going to kind of draw another line down around here and just kind of. And then the last spot that I like to do is I like to kind of just clean up the side of my nose with my highlight really quick. And then I like to squeeze the end of this brush just to kind of make it a smaller line. And then I just take that contour and just brush it down. And now I look really silly because I have these crazy lines down my face. And then I'm going to take this same brush and I'm going to go back into my, what I call my brightening highlight. And I'm going to put this, and this is a really important key tip, is that when you do this, you don't want, like a lot of the times, and what I learned, like, oh, I look really tired right now because it's, you know, been a long day, I'm a mom. And so I need to cover that up, right? And what we used to learn is that let's create this, cover up those under eyes with some concealer, right? But what the important thing is, and you can see that's amazingly different, but if you really want to open up your eyes, what I like to do is I put that brush, again, these brushes are perfect, just right along the side of my nose and go from my eye to my nose and then back up to my eye. So it's kind of like a little pizza slice. And I just staple that in there. And look how much more that wakens up my face. Except for that's on the dark side of my, there. And once I get my blush in there and it's all blended in, you're going to have so much more of a lifted, awake look than just doing like that spot conceal. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, and if you're where I am or anywhere where there's a mask mandate, having those, your eyes really look open really helps, because if half your face is covered, right, you really want your eyes to shine, to show. And then I like to just take my pinky and just tap that in there. And I'm going to just bring that down that line. It's going to look a little messy, but that's okay, because that's the amazing thing about this, is that it really doesn't matter. So then I'm just going to kind of brush that lighter color up into that T-zone. And then I'm just going to, what I like to do, and usually is take my perfector and just kind of blend that in. And I can do this with my brush as well if you don't have a perfector handy. But you want to leave that line. Not so much that, see, and that's, you can see the difference. You can totally, I did it with my brush most of the time. But my perfector's handy, I will do it with my perfector. And so you want to leave that line so that it leaves that definition. But you don't want so much of a line that you look like you're walking around with a line down your nose. Okay. So, and then I'm just going to blend. Let's actually first go in and get a little blush, and then we'll blend it all together. I can just show you how clowny we look. And so I'm going to go in. This is one of my favorite lip and cheek colors, and it's just nude, but it's just so good. So I'm just going to go right into that same brush, just tap, tap, tap. And then I'm just going to get my hair out of the way and tap, tap, tap. And that last spot, I didn't have any makeup. So if you've been following along, which hopefully you have, you'll notice that, like, you can see the natural pinkiness of my cheeks. And I'm just going to cover that natural pinkiness with a little bit of a different pinky, more of a nude pinky. And so now I kind of look like a little bit of a clown, which is okay. And so then I'm going to go in and I'm going to take that same brush and I'm just going to blend that together. So I'm just going to stipple into that blush. And I'm going to blend this contour up. It's important to blend it up because the whole point is to give you lifts. And if you see, lift. Wide, happy, awake? Not. Well, it will be once I get it all blended. and it's more happy and awake than it was. But yeah, if you want to blend that up, because otherwise it'll bring your face down, and we don't want to drag our faces down and look sad. We want to give lift and just look awake and happy. You guys, I really wish I'd taken a before picture because I looked exhausted, and I don't anymore. And just clean that up. Blend those together. And since all our products are cream, you're not putting a powder on top of a cream, on top of a liquid, on top of, you've got a cream concealer, but a liquid foundation and a powder blush. Like, you're not mixing all of these different elements that are going to make your face look cakey or make your face look, like layered, like heavy, like you have a lot of product on. So that's the great thing, is because they're all creams and you only put them exactly where you want. I'm not putting my highlight on top of, or my foundation on top of my brightening color, right? To really open those up. I just put my brightening color there. And then, so it all just blends together and they all work together so wonderfully. And then this jaw one, I'm going to create that shadow, just kind of drag it down a little bit. You really want to make sure you remember to blend this one, because when I don't remember to blend it, I just walk around looking like I got some weird man beard shadow thing. So, just blend that all together. And voila. I did my whole face in 11 minutes. While talking to you ladies. So the amazing thing is that I can probably do it, or I can do it, not probably. I can do it in about 5 to 8 minutes if I'm doing shadow, or 10 minutes if I'm doing depending on how I want my shadow to look. And it's all right here. I can just drop it in my purse. It's super easy, quick to go. The last piece that I want to show you really quickly is actually our illuminator. This is my go-to. Like, if I am on the go, if I am just getting ready in the morning, this is my go-to. I absolutely love an illuminator, but I always tell people, like, if you want to get like a basic, everyday, wonderful face just to kind of get started, I go with those four, personally. The other piece that we always recommend is an illuminator. These are illuminators. This one is Glamazing. That one is Georgia. Those are some of my favorites currently. Glamazing's always been my favorite. Georgia's just so pretty and warm. So what I'll show you. So this is Georgia. And one thing is that our powder illuminators are going to give you a lot more of a pop of shimmer than our creams. Our creams are going to be more subtle. They're still gorgeous. They're still going to give you that shimmer. But if you want something a little more subtle, you'll want to go with a cream. So I just add in that shimmer, so when that light hits my face, it brightens even more. And then I'm going to top it off with a little lip. And I'm good to go. Ready to go to work, ready to go out, ready to do whatever, because everything I need is just right there. If you ladies have any questions, let me know. And if you need your color match and are ready to get your color match, let me know. And I am happy to help. Like, seriously, this, as a mom, this, and teacher and wife, and I never have time for anything, huge game changer for me. And it's so simple. It's like paint by numbers, all right there. Drop and go, do it in my car. Perfect. If you get any sorry, I'm obsessed. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. Happy to answer any questions. If you want to see some more kind of just your basic tutorials, you can join my VIP group, and I have some in there if you want a couple more, and I can help you out with any way that you need. Have a good rest of your day.